Mastering the coefficients of quadratic equation is very important in understanding other important concepts of quadratic equation. We all know that its standard form is expressed in this manner: ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. And previously, we learned that a should not be equal to 0, because if it is, then this is just a linear equation and not a quadratic equation. Now, here are the things you need to consider in identifying the correct coefficients of quadratic equation. Number one, we need to include the signs before the number. Let's say we have here x squared minus x minus 10 equal to 0, following the standard form. Our a here is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. Our b, the coefficient of the middle term or the x term, is not just 1, but it's negative 1, because it follows the sign or the operation before it as its sign. Also, what will happen to c is just it includes the negative sign before it, hence it's negative 10. This is where some of us will commit mistakes, so very important to include the signs before each coefficient. The second one is, of course, we need to arrange our quadratic form into standard form. We cannot directly say the coefficients of this if these are not placed in a standard form. Hence, we're going to come up with the standard form of this. We have 2x squared minus 3x plus 7 equal to 0. And that is the right time for us to determine the correct coefficients, which are a equals to 2, b is negative 3, which includes the sign before it, and c, the constant, is 7. Now, here are some important uses of coefficients. You can automatically analyze the following concepts when you are already sure of your coefficients. Number one, we can use the coefficients in determining the roots. Aside from that, we can also learn the types or behavior of roots. At the same time, the product and sum of those roots, even if we don't know what the roots are. Also, one of the use for the coefficients is on learning or analyzing the graph. Even without other concepts, we can of course determine the form of the graph or the direction of the concavity of the parabola. At the same time, the location of the graph in terms of its intercepts and the entire picture. So just learning coefficients of quadratic equation, we have an advantage in learning all of these concepts at hand. Please review the videos on our channel. We also have some videos pertaining to coefficients and its uses in the terms of the overall concepts surrounding quadratic equations.